Dunk. This is his family's reality TV show, but Ball will not be making any dunks at UCLA's season opening game in China this weekend. Yeah, he plays for UCLA. According to ESPN, Ball and two of his teammates are being forced to sit out that marquee game for allegedly shoplifting a pair of sunglasses from this Louis Vuitton store in Beijing. The three were arrested earlier this week. They're now confined to their high-end hotel in China while the investigation continues. So what exactly is that like to be detained in a luxury hotel in China? Michael McCann is a legal analyst for Sports Illustrated. He joins me now. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Carol.
So, detained, what does that mean in China? They're in this hotel room. Are they being watched 24 hours a day?
It's possible that they're being monitored to make sure that they're not leaving the hotel and trying to flee. I'm sure they've given assurances to Chinese authorities that they're not a flight risk. The fact that they were able to leave after an initial detainment is a sign that they're being cooperative. And it would clearly be embarrassing if they tried, among other things, if they tried to leave the hotel and then got caught. It would just complicate an already complicated situation for them.
Well, their father, I guess, is in China, and he said, "Oh, this is no big deal. Why is everybody talking about this?" But this is a big deal, isn't it?
It very well could be. At a minimum, it could delay their ability to return home to the United States, and that is again the floor as to what the concern is. In China, shoplifting, depending upon the value of the items ranged, can lead to a prison sentence of 3 to 10 years. Now, I don't think that's likely going to happen here, but the point is, it's concerning. They did allegedly steal from a Louis Vuitton store, which of course we know is a high-end store, so anything you take from that store is probably going to be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and that has an impact, as in the United States and China, how high the item is that you take or steal, that affects the severity of punishment. So it is a concern, and even if they're cleared ultimately, or they're able to give an apology where they're able to go home, we're talking potentially weeks where they may be stuck in China, albeit at a high-end hotel. It's still not where they want to be.
No, and you just don't commit crime in China. I went to Beijing. There is no crime in Beijing, and there's a reason for that. It's because the Chinese authorities come down really hard on people who commit crime, and I mean really hard. So I would be scared if I were these three gentlemen. So is UCLA involved in this as well as these kids' attorneys? And how do you deal with the Chinese justice system?
Well, Carol, just to go to your point a second ago, you're right that if China basically takes a pass and says you can go home, what message does that send to Chinese citizens who are arrested for the same charge and might get sent to jail? Why are these American players being treated favorably? That has to be a concern for the Chinese justice system. In terms of the role of UCLA, UCLA can play a facilitating role in terms of helping the players communicate with their families. And not only is LiAngelo Ball there, of course, he has two teammates who are also been detained and accused of shoplifting. They can play a facilitating role, but I think the real facilitator would be the State Department and any local U.S. consulate who can talk to Chinese authorities and plead for leniency. And similarly, of course, President Trump is in China. There is the possibility that the president could ask for leniency. Whether he does that, we don't know. It certainly would probably come with some type of expectation for something in return. So those are some levers that could be pulled. UCLA is one of them.
Interesting. Okay, I'm sure you're continue to follow the story, as will we. It's just too bad, because what a stupid thing to do. Michael McCann, thank you so much for being with me.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about last night, the CMA Awards.